6th day of the holidays, Outback sent to me. Mind controlled by movie theaters, infinite extraction by minometry. Napalm by my whack, deep right by your spectra, Sunset Central by Current 4, and Enervation by xenbez. Hello, so I made a level for the Outback 12 Demons of Christmas, and here it is. So this is Enervation by me, the Natural 33 came up with the name. Yeah, so it's my level, it's themed around heatstroke. So we start off in a factory part. This is actually my first time ever using the auto build feature. So up here it's gotten rid of, but I made an auto build template for these blocks here, and actually made it really easy to make really interesting and minute sort of structuring throughout the part. I'm really happy with it. So all of these are also on an area fade, so they're not constantly on and really bright. Just add some effects, some little particles, some animated stuff in the background and on the orbs and such. Yeah, these little things here, these are on an area move, so they kind of just move up and down, give the part a bit of movement. All of these also are on an area move with area parents, so they look good. These are a pain to make because obviously they're like little objects and those are tricky. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. I started to integrate these little eyeballs, sort of a I Spy with my little eye sort of throwback. These little factory sort of elements that slam together and have an animation. And yeah, you just slowly get more and more sort of hallucinogenic as the part goes on. Then we have the transition, and this is the first part of the duel, which is 2-player. So I added a little bit of coin up here so that you have an incentive to click with player 2 to start with. I thought that was kind of interesting considering most people use their non-dominant hand for player 2. So because of that, it's just a little detail. And I also just really wanted the level to have a coin, and I didn't really have a better place to put it. The background for this part is quite simple. It's just a spiral that was made by, it was originally made by zFaxs, but I replaced it with the one by tro5. So that's got a little transition that is linked to the transition, which is also up here. This was made by, well, the animation for it was made by tro5, thanks for that. Yeah, most of these designs were made by, this was made by me, and the spikes were made by me, but the rest was done by zFaxs, and I actually think I did this little spiky thing as well. But for the most part, the particles, like glow, ground deco, like all of the air deco is pretty much me. But yeah, zFaxs absolutely carried this part. So yeah, there's just some effects places. These little squiggly allium assets were actually taken from a level by Pongix, which I just thought would fit really well, and he was very, very nice in letting me use them. I've just changed them and like messed it around a bit, but these allium shapes are from a level called Liminal Dystopia, so check that out. It's really, really cool, and I have gotten permission to sample these. These ground designs are really cool. I like how I've done these little spikes along the ground. They just make the part look way more full than you would think. I added these little things in the background. Well, second that they pulse kind of to the beat, like this. They just add a little bit of fullness to the background, because other than that it's just a spiral and it's kind of generic. I really wanted to focus in on making it sort of flashy, and all these little like assets that like kind of the different blocks. I got kind of inspired by Polychrome by IMAX1, or actually their name is Ivy Teal now, in having like little cells of different colors and so on, and that kind of adds the hallucinogenic vibe. I wanted to add some eyes in different places, so zFaxs did that. And yeah, here we go into a bit more of a slightly more generic part. This is made by zFaxs. I made these animations in the background just because the background was a bit empty. But yeah, this is probably the flashiest part of the level. These are here so that you can't go up with one of the waves and just make the rest of the duel double clicks on one side. But yeah, it's more factory sort of themed, particles, squiggles, just the same stuff. So yeah, the gameplay for this level was made by Valve Software, and she is a very talented gameplay creator and also one of my cool friends, so definitely check out their levels. They make really cool stuff. This is sort of an interesting part because it has a checkerboard background, which I haven't actually seen used much since like 2.1, but really cool idea by zFaxs that pulses as you go along here. Add a bit more particles. This was one of the parts that Olixor had, one of the polishers, had a lot of suggestions for. So there used to be some eyes around here, and like, yeah, the colors were just a lot less muddy, and they just look a bit better now, I think. And yeah, it starts to close out. The checkerboard background's still going, and this is actually something I need to fix, but I will do that after I finish recording this commentary. But yeah, you come along, this little gameplay section at the end was made by Ben, since I had no idea how to close it off, and then you just go in here, lens circle, and then you go up, the camera shifts up here to the little end screen I made with Allium. And yeah, that is the level. I've gone through it and play tested a bunch with Beetle and Ketchup, and it is relatively easy. We're aiming for around medium or hard demon with this. I'm aware the theming is a little bit incoherent and the jewel does fall off a little bit. That is my fault. However, yeah, I'm just really happy with this, and I'm happy to have it out. Hope you guys enjoy it.